Hello everyone, welcome to our newest episode of Coffee Talk Chinese. I'm Lindi.
我是 Will.
And today we're going to talk to you about giving directions to your taxi driver.
That's
which
right.
is going to come in handy sometimes.
Yeah, actually, Lindi got it from her own experience, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I thought it's a great idea.
Exactly. I thought of one of the first sentences that I ever needed to say when I was in China.
Oh, okay.
And I suddenly realized, okay, this would be a good sentence to teach to people.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was, I found it so frustrating. I would get on a taxi and my Chinese skills were not good enough really to, tell the taxi driver I knew where I was going. Although I did know where I was going.
Oh, okay.
And so sometimes they would kind of freak out, especially when a foreigner gets in the car and they think, oh no, here's a person I can't communicate with and I can't understand them and I don't know where they want to go.
Right.
And so I asked one of my Chinese friends, I barely spoke Chinese, but I said, would you please teach me how to say, I will show you the way.
Okay.
I want to know this sentence.
Okay.
And when she taught it to me, I used it all the time. And all these years, it has come in handy over and over and over again.
Okay.
So yes, we're going to teach that today.
Sure.
So how do you say that?
我可以给你指路.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit.
Sure.
I
Sure.
可以
可以 here means be able to.
Yeah.
Okay. Or may.
Like
right?
I can.
I can, exactly. Okay. 可以. Of course, 可以 has lots of other meanings. Okay?
Right.
Yeah. For example, people will ask you, is it here all right? Okay. For example, in a restaurant leading you to a table, they will ask, 这里可以吗?
Yeah, like, is this okay for you?
That's right.
Kind of
You could
like
say
that.
可以. In this case, 可以 means okay or all right.
Okay.
But here, 可以
It's-
means
I can.
can. Yeah,
Okay,
be
so
able to. Yeah.
我可以. So we have 3 third tones in a row,
Exactly.
right?
Okay.
So the next one is
给你指路.
Right.
Okay. 给. Yeah. Probably our listeners know 给 means to give
to give.
as a verb.
Yep.
Okay. But here, 给 is a preposition. It means for.
Right.
Like 给你 is like for you. Right?
Okay.
指路. This is a Chinese way of saying, give someone directions.
Yeah, show them the way, because 指 actually means to point.
That's right, point out.
And
okay.
路 means road.
Road,
So
yeah.
I'm going to point out the road to you.
Exactly.
Is literally what
So,
we're saying here.
Yeah. So 指路.
Okay.
Together is 我可以给你指路.
And it's all third tone except for the very last word, which is fourth tone, 路.
Oh, great.
Right?
I didn't notice actually.
Yeah, I had to notice this when I was first learning it because I just had to think, oh my goodness, all these words now, how can I pronounce them all
Sure.
smoothly? And if I remembered it's all third tone, every single word, then it
Yeah.
comes out pretty well.
You're right. Okay. Sometimes it's weird. Chinese people, native Chinese, don't pay too much attention
Right.
on tones.
Right.
Yeah, unless you ask them specifically, then they have to think about it.
I know. I've noticed that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So again, here, this is quite a useful structure in this
Yeah.
sentence, okay? Like 给你 is a very authentic way of Chinese saying, many things, okay? For example, if you want to say, can you bring me a hamburger,
Okay.
okay? Hamburger is 汉堡,
Right.
Right? So you could say, 可以给我带一个汉堡吗?
Okay. So do we have to say 你 in the front of the sentence? 你可以给我带一个汉堡吗?
You don't have to.
Don't have to. You can
Yeah.
omit that.
That's right. You
Okay.
just simply say, 可以给我带一个汉堡吗?
Okay.
Or as a statement, you can say, 我可以给你带一个汉堡.
So I can bring you a hamburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Chinese literally is, I can, for you,
Okay.
bring a
Okay.
hamburger.
Okay.
This is very authentic Chinese way.
All right. So what we've got is this structure 可以给你
That's right.
Right.
可以给你 or 可以给我.
给我
That's
Okay,
right.
so what are some other examples using this same structure?
Oh, for example, if you're thirsty, okay, and don't want to go out, and your roommates happens to be going out, and you can say, 给我带一瓶可乐.
Okay. So bring me back a bottle of Coke.
That's right. So literally is for me,
Yeah.
bring a bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
So 给我 then is the verb.
Okay.
Yeah, 带一瓶可乐. So when you think about that, basically Chinese bring the for you part before the verb.
Yeah.
Right? So it's 给我, then the verb 带 bring.
Okay, for me
一瓶可乐.
bring. a bottle of Coke.
That's
but if you
right.
want to be more polite, you want to say, 你可以给我带一瓶可乐吗?
Right, exactly.
To make it a question.
That's
Yeah?
right. You know, 可以给我带一瓶可乐吗? Okay. Or
Right.
like you said, 你可以给我带一瓶可乐吗? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, another example could happen in a restaurant, okay? A waitress might say to you, 我可以给你打包.
Okay. So I can put it in a doggy bag for you.
That's
I
right.
can wrap up the food for you to go.
Yes. So 我可以给你, you know, same structure, okay?
Right.
打包. 打包 actually, you know, literally means wrap something up for you.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so you can see the same structure is 可以 then 给你 then for someone then the verb and the object. Okay,
Yes.
then 打包
Yeah.
or 买一瓶可乐 okay 带一个汉堡 all these things. Okay,
Okay, so it's a pretty good structure to know, like, I can do this thing for you.
For you.
Or can you do this thing for me?
that's right.
Okay.
So here again it's 我可以给你指路.
Yes, so back to the title of our lesson. I can give you directions, or I can point out the way to you.
Sure.
Yes. So let's get into our rapid fire vocab section before we get any further.
Rapid fire vocab.
给
For the benefit of.
指路
Point out the way.
国际
International.
路
Road, street.
靠近
Close to.
清楚
Clear.
认得
To know, to recognize.
快
Almost, nearly.
告诉
To tell.
Now let's listen to the dialogue.
Okay, here we go.
Dialogue. 哎，你好，去哪里？
万里国际学校，
你知道在什么路上吗？
虹桥路。
靠近哪条路呢？
不清楚，但是我认得那里。快到的时候，我可以告诉你一声。
All right, we're back. Now let's discuss some things in detail.
Okay.
Okay. The first word in the first sentence is actually 司机.
Well, it's a character in our sentence, right? Like,
That's right.
He's the one speaking. The Sījī, he's the first one to talk.
That's right, which means a driver.
Yes.
Okay, taxi driver.
The driver.
Okay. And I need to say this word in Chinese is only for someone who drives as his occupation.
Okay.
Okay. It's not someone, you know, if you drive your own car,
Then I can't call myself a Sījī.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, you just do it for your living.
Okay.
Then you call as a job.
Okay.
Okay, that's 司机.
All right.
All right.
Good to know.
Yeah, like
司机。
卡车司机.
Like a truck driver,
That's right. 出租车司机.
taxi driver.
That's right. Okay.
Okay.
So here is 司机.
Got
And
it.
he said, 去哪里?
Okay, so where to?
That's right. Okay. And he could also say 到哪里?
到哪里? So the difference is 去 is go, and 到 is to arrive, right? So where do you want to arrive to? Is that what he's
Yes,
saying
yes.
when he says 到哪里?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes Chinese is, in this sense, kind of weird.
Sounds a little awkward in English, but still is really concise in Chinese, right?
Yeah. To us, it's like second nature.
Yeah.
Either 去哪里 or 到哪里 works. Okay.
Yeah.
But when you translate, it seems like it's totally different thing.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
is
yeah,
like
yeah,
go, is like 去, right?
Yeah.
到 is like arrive.
Right. It's like, how can you use the
Why?
opposite words to express the same meaning? But it works.
Yeah. We just take it the same way.
Yeah.
So 去哪里到哪里. So you will hear both versions.
Okay.
Either one means same thing.
Okay.
All right. So the next person is 乘客. Okay. Which means passenger.
Okay.
Okay. He answered back. 万里国际学校. That's the name of the school.
Okay.
Yeah. 万里 just means 10,000 miles.
Okay.
Literally.
All right.
Okay. Somehow this is actually is a popular name for many things. Yeah. Company. Okay. School.
Oh, okay.
Person's name even. Yeah. There was a quite high rank official called Wanli.
Oh, so is that where it comes from? That person's name, or was it just popular
Yeah.
even before
just
that?
popular. Yeah. 10,000 miles.
Okay.
Anyway.
Interesting.
国际, which means international. Okay. 学校, of course, school. Then the 司机 asked. Apparently, he didn't know the name.
Okay. Or maybe there's so many Wanli
Yeah,
schools
yeah,
that he's like, okay, which one it is?
Exactly. It could happen to you, right?
Right,
The
right.
place you want to go, the building the driver
hasn't heard of it before.
Yeah, exactly. Now, basically, he would ask you which road it is on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So here is Chinese way saying that.
Okay.
你知道在什么路上吗?
Okay. So what we have going on here is we don't need to have the word do. Like in English, you have to say, do you know
Yeah,
what
you're
road
right.
it's on? But in Chinese, you just start with you.
对。
And so he says, you know at what road on.
Yeah, literally.
Ma.
That's right. Okay. So here, as Lindi you point out, we can see in Chinese, the statement and the question, their structure are basically the same. We don't move the words around. Okay, back and forth. Okay, we keep everything the same.
Right.
Just replace the word with those so-called question word.
Right.
Like 什么, 哪里, right?
Right.
Add ma to the end. Okay, here is another thing. Okay, for on which road in Chinese we have to say 在什么路上. Okay, you need both 在 and 上.
Okay, so you need to say at what road on.
That's
At
right.
and on. You got to have both of those.
That's right. Okay, so this is a sentence to ask. 你知道在什么路上吗?
Okay. All right.
Then the answer, 虹桥路.
Right. So Hóngqiáo Road.
Yes.
Pretty straightforward there. You just have to know the name and then stick the word lu on the end of it.
路, yeah. Sometimes it's called 路, sometimes it's called 大道,
Right.
sometimes it's called 街,
Right.
right? So all this. Then the Sījī asked. He wants to know basically which is a cross street. Okay?
right.
So here is how to ask.
Okay.
靠近哪条路呢?
Okay, this is an interesting way to say that too, because kao means to lean against, and so kao jing
Jing.
jing means close.
Yes,
So it's like leaning closely against which road,
that's right.
right?
Yeah, but together, 靠近 is a verb. Just means close to.
Yeah.
Okay?
Close to what road?
Yeah. 哪条路呢?
So tiáo is a word we should point out here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a measure word for 路.
Right. The fun part of Chinese, the hundreds and hundreds of measure words.
That's right,
That we
okay.
don't have in English that we got to remember.
So here, you need to say 条. If you say 哪个路, sounds strange, okay?
Yeah.
But they will figure out.
Well, right. Ge is like the all-purpose substitute. If you don't know what the measure word should be,
Yeah,
then
try
you say
this.
ge.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
But unfortunately, 个 is not for 路.
Yeah.
Okay, so 条 is for 路.
Right.
Yeah, 条 is for anything long. In
Long and stick-like was what I read in a Chinese textbook once. I don't know if that's totally true, but that's how I kind of remembered it. Long stick-like things
basically
gets
okay.
to be called tiáo.
Yeah, for example, river, we use 条. 一条河,
Right.
okay?
Okay.
And strangely, we call fish 条
Yeah, that doesn't make sense because they're not long. They're
necessarily.
just right.
Yeah.
But so how would you say a fish in Chinese?
一条鱼.
一条鱼.
That's what we say.
Pants also use the measure word tiáo.
一条裤子. That's right. So pants, as you point out, has this long legs.
Yes.
Okay. So that's 条. 哪条路? Which road? Yeah. So remember this measure word.
Right.
All right.
哪条路?
Then the answer.
Yes.
First is 不清楚.
Yeah, I'm not clear
That's right.
on that. Now tell me this is true. Actually, somebody pointed this out to me recently, and after they pointed it out, I started noticing it more. But Chinese people don't usually say "I don't know." They're more likely to say "I'm not clear." Would you agree with that?
I'm not so sure, but I wouldn't be surprised that this turns to be true. Okay.
I think it's an Asian thing. It was one of my foreign friends who pointed this out to me, and I'd never really noticed. But I think Chinese people or Asian people in general don't like to say "I don't know" to somebody. Like they want to be helpful.
Yeah.
They want to like tell you the information, so they're very hesitant about saying "I don't know."
Yeah, you're right. Okay. At this sense, yes. Like we tend to avoid some extreme end of
Yeah.
some fact. For
Yes.
example, don't know
Yes.
is very extreme. It's the
Yes.
end of it.
Right,
okay?
exactly.
So East Asian people usually try to go
Right.
middle ground. Okay?
Right, right.
They will say 不清楚, 不太知道.
Yeah.
Not so.
Which pretty
sure.
much means that they don't know, and you
Exactly.
should ask somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when you get to know more and more Chinese culture, you will get this sense. Okay?
Yes.
They don't usually say very something in black and white.
Right. Yes,
Okay.
this is definitely something I've noticed. And kind of a word of caution to our listeners as well if they come to China and they're asking for directions. Maybe this is the one area where I find this habit a little frustrating.
Okay.
Is that when you say, hey, where is such and such road?
Yeah.
The person doesn't know, but they don't want to say, I don't know. So they actually tell you the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They send you off in the wrong direction. It's happened to me a lot. One time I asked where People's Square was. I asked 4 different people and I got 4 different directions.
Oh my God.
So you got to be careful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's less often happen to me. So I don't recognize
Maybe
this
you know
too.
everything is already, so that's okay.
Well. Yeah, so here is 不清楚.
Right,
Okay.
so not clear. 不
Yeah,
清楚.
清楚 means clear. Okay.
Yes.
So, and the next is 但是我认得那里. Okay. 认得 means to recognize or to know. Okay. It can be used on person as well.
Right.
For example, you can say 我认得你.
But I
know you.
think people say 我认识你,
Yeah,
right?
that's another way of saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 认识你, 认识呢, I should say is more widely used.
Okay.
认识, okay. And 认识 is also more formal than 认得.
Okay.
Yeah, 认得 is kind of southern China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like dialect. Okay. But it's used in north as well.
Okay.
Just less formal.
Okay. So in this conversation, I could actually also say 我认识哪里,
是的.
in addition to 我认得哪里.
是的.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Got
say
it.
但是我认识那里.
Okay.
Okay. I would say 认得 perhaps used a little more on things.
Okay.
Like places. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. 认识 more like to.
I know that person.
Yeah, like a person. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, and then down to our last phrase, and I want to point out one important difference here. And that is the person says, 快到的时候我可以告诉你. So the whole
That's
translation there is, when we're almost there, I'll tell you.
Right.
But the first part, so when we're almost there, it's 快到的时候.
That's right. 快到的时候. Okay. 时候, of course, is the time part, right?
Yeah, like when.
快 here, well, you probably know another meaning of 快.
Well, 快 means fast.
That's right.
Generally speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But here it is an adverb.
Yeah.
Okay? It means almost.
Right.
Yeah. Almost there or nearly there. Okay?
Yeah.
So 快到 basically means almost arrive.
Right.
You know, when we almost arrive.
Yeah, yeah,
This is-
yeah.
Notice this 的, okay? 快到的时候. As you point out, you know, before this recording, okay? You said there's another saying is also very popular. Say 到时候.
Right. If you take out the 的, 到时候.
That's right. Okay. You could say 到时候我可以告诉你.
Right.
Okay, as well in this sentence, but the meaning is kind of different.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
到时候 means
When the time comes.
that's right.
So the
Okay.
first way, in our dialogue, we say 快到的时候. That means when we're almost there. But if you say 到时候, that means when the time comes.
That's right.
Which both are interchangeable in this particular
in this particular case.
dialogue, yeah.
Yes. Okay. But their meaning actually is different. Okay.
Okay.
Like you could say 到的时候, which means when arrive,
Right.
right? But just take the out, 到时候, which means when the time comes. Right? It's different.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And just now you said 到的时候, and that's different from 快到的时候, is it not? Because 到的时候 means when we're already there.
That's right.
But 快到的时候 means when we're almost there.
Yeah, not there yet.
Haven't gotten there yet, but we're going to be there really fast.
Yes.
快. That's how
Yes.
I kind of remember this word.
Yeah, exactly. That's what 快 is. Okay?
Yeah.
And 快到了 is actually a very common phrase. Okay. 快到了 means we're almost there.
Yeah.
Okay? So just recognize this. 快到了. Okay? If
Okay.
someone asks me, are we there yet? You just say 快到了.
Yeah, almost there.
Okay. Not 到了. Okay.
Yeah.
So the last word is 告诉. Okay? Which simply is to tell.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so once again, that whole phrase is 快到的时候我可以告诉你.
Yes.
When
Okay.
we're almost there, I'll tell you.
Yeah. The literally is I can tell you.
Right.
Okay.
I can tell you when we're almost there.
Yes.
So, okay, well, let's listen to the dialogue one more time.
Sure.
Dialogue. 诶，你好，去哪里？
万里国际学校，
你知道在什么路上吗？
虹桥路，
靠近哪条路呢？
不清楚，但是我认得那里。快到的时候，我可以告诉你一声。
So now it's time for Catch My Drift, which is the part of the show where we pull out the vocabulary words and we mix them and match them a little bit and put them in a slightly different dialogue and see if our listeners can understand.
Sure.
So here we go.
Catch my drift.
师傅，麻烦去世纪莲华。
哪一个世纪莲华？
淮海路上的那个呀。
和哪条路交界啊？
记不清楚了。
那你知道怎么走吗？
知道，我可以给你指路。
So this is actually, we've done episodes before on directions. Like we have one about asking for directions in the supermarket.
Yes.
And we have had a few, like, not really so much taxi dialogues, but like I'm late and this kind of stuff. But so this is the first one where we're actually talking about how to negotiate with your taxi driver or tell him where you're going, how to get there. I don't feel like we've covered it all though, do you?
No.
Yeah, I think there's more to say on this topic.
Sure.
Which is the point I'm going towards. We have a part 2. 我可以给你指路第二部分.
Right.
So do stay tuned, and in the weeks ahead, we will have that posted on our website as well, and you will see the rest of this dialogue, how to give your taxi driver directions.
Sure. But for now, 再见.
再见.
Pronunciation. Please repeat the word or set of words after the beep. After a question is asked, you will hear a short series of beeps. Answer that question with the words you have just rehearsed.
哪条路？哪条路呢？靠近哪条路呢？
不清楚。认得。我认得。我认得那里。但是我认得那里。不清楚，但是我认得那里。
靠近哪条路呢？
不清楚，但是我认得那里。
告诉你，可以告诉你。我可以告诉你。快到。时候。快到的时候。快到的时候，我可以告诉你。
请问什么时候才到？
快到的时候，我可以告诉你。